Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys 3 different ways that you can make rice water, as well as 3 different ways that you can use rice water. If you're interested in this video, then please stay tuned. So I'm just going to be using this plain white jasmine rice. You can use any rice that you have on hand. It doesn't matter. I know some people say organic is better or black rice is better. It's just your preference. I just use whatever I have. So I'm just going to use half a cup of rice. It doesn't matter how much rice you use either. And I'm just going to go ahead and just clean this rice off. Just go ahead and just rinse it off, any debris it may have on it, and I'm just going to rub it between my hands and in between my fingers just to get as much dirt off of it as possible. And I'm just going to rinse it off just one good time. Then I'm going to take the rice and I'm going to put it into a mason jar. And once I've put the rice into the mason jar, I'm just going to fill up the mason jar with water. I'm going to fill up the mason jar with water, and at this point, if you want to, you can add in essential oil to help with the smell. And then I'm just going to place the lid onto the mason jar and let this ferment for about 1 to 7 days. It's up to you and how long you want your rice water to ferment. So this will be option 1 on how to make rice water. I think this is the most easiest and simple way that you can make the rice water. So option number 2 is supposed to be the real way to make rice water. So I already cleaned off the rice one time, and I'm just going to pour some water into the bowl, and then I'm going to take that rice water and transfer it into a pot on medium heat. And once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and add some citrus peels into the rice water. And the citrus peels that I'm going to be using is lemon. And you can use peels of an orange, peels of a lemon, peels of a grapefruit. It all just depends on what you have on hand. And I'm just going to let this boil or simmer for about 20 minutes. So now I'm going to take the rice water and pour it into the mason jar with the lemon peels. And before I put the lid on, I'm just going to wait for the rice water to cool down. And once it's nice and cool, I'm just going to put the lid on, and then I'm going to store it in a cool, dry place so that way it can ferment for about a day to 7 days, depending on how long you want your rice water to ferment. And if you want, you can also add an essential oil to it. So now on to option number 3. So I've already cleaned off this rice water one time, and I'm just going to pour some water into the bowl with the rice, and I'm going to transfer the water and the rice into a pan on medium heat, and I'm going to let this boil or simmer for about 10 to 20 minutes on medium heat. Sorry guys about this horrible angle, but what I'm doing here is I am straining the rice water from the rice that I boiled on the stove. And once I'm done straining the rice, I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the mason jar, and I'm just going to wait for that to cool down before I put the lid on. And then once I put the lid on, I'm just going to store it in a cool, dry area and just let it ferment for about a day to 7 days. And if you want, you can also add some lemon peels, or you can add some essential oils to this rice water as well. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys 3 different ways that you can use rice water. So I'm just going to pour the rice water into a spray bottle because I feel like it'll just be a easy way to apply it to your hair. So now, as you guys may or may not know, right now my hair is in a protective style. It's been 2 months and I'm going for 4 months, so I won't be demonstrating this on my hair. I'm gonna pop a wig on real quick just for demonstration purposes, so that way I could show you guys how to use the rice water. So now I was going to use my mom to demonstrate how to use the rice water because she told me she was going to be washing her hair very soon, and I said okay, perfect. But that was last weekend, so I've been holding on to this footage for a whole week now and I'm just ready to put it out. So that's why I couldn't wait for her any longer. So I'm just going to use this wig, so you guys just bear with me. It's just for demonstration purposes. And also, y'all know what my hair looks like. If you don't know what my hair looks like, go ahead and check out my other videos so that way you can see what my hair looks like. And also, I did show a clip of my hair in the beginning of the video as well. So option number 1 is going to be a pre-poo. So what you want to do is you want to spray the rice water all over your hair from root to end. And then what you want to do after that is just go ahead and do it by sections. So that way it's just a lot easier that way and a little bit less messy. And then you just want to take either a plastic cap or a plastic bag and just cover your hair for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then you just want to follow up with either a shampoo or a co-wash or a deep conditioner. So the second option is to use the rice water as a leave-in. So what you want to do is, I would suggest using the second option of how to make the rice water, which we boiled the rice water and added some lemon peels into it, because that one doesn't smell as bad as the other 2 options. So I would suggest using that one if you want to use it as a leave-in. And you just want to just lightly damp your hair with the rice water and follow up with your favorite oil or favorite cream or both, so that way you can lock in the moisture. Now if you are protein sensitive, I would suggest trying this on a small section of your hair before applying it all over your hair. So now on to option number 3, which I'll be making a rice milk as a deep conditioner. So in option number 3, we boiled the water as well as the rice, so don't throw away that rice. We're going to use that rice to make the rice milk. So what I like to do is I like to let the rice kind of like overcook, where to the point where it's kind of like it looks mushy, so that way we could get a smooth consistency. So I'm just going to take that rice and I'm going to put it into a blender. I would suggest leaving a little bit of the water as well, so that way it would blend a lot smoother. And I'm just going to blend this up until it's just really smooth. So now I'm just going to pour the rice milk into a container, and as you can see, it is really smooth, it's really thick, it's really rich, and this is a great deep conditioner. So as you can see, the consistency of the rice milk is really thick, it's gooey, and it's going to provide great slip on your hair. So I'm just going to apply the rice milk all over the hair from root to end, and once you completed your whole head, then you're just going to wrap your hair up in a shower cap or a plastic bag for about 30 minutes. And once you rinse out your hair, there's no need to follow up with a conditioner or a shampoo, but if you prefer that, then go ahead and do that. But I would suggest that this is a great deep conditioner and there's no need for a follow-up shampoo or conditioner. And I would suggest just styling your hair as usual. So if you do have some rice milk left over that you want to use for a later time, I would suggest placing it into the refrigerator, but for no longer than a week. But if you want it to last longer than that, then I would go ahead and place it in the freezer, and it should last about a month. And this also goes for the rice water leave-in. If you want to store the rest of it, go ahead and place it in the refrigerator, and it should last about a week to 2 weeks. If you want it to last longer, I would suggest putting it in the freezer. So I wanted to show you guys how the hair looks after I rinsed out the rice milk and let it dry, and you can see the difference between both of the sides. The side with the rice milk looks more defined, the curls look more defined, as well as the curls were a lot softer and they were a lot manageable compared to the other side. As you can see that it was a lot of frizziness, it was really dry, the hair felt really brittle. So I would definitely suggest using the rice milk. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.